Welcome. This is your 15-minute full body conditioning routine performed at the wall. Coming over to the wall, we're going to start facing the wall, arms outstretched, and we want to get a decent amount of pressure into the wall. Make sure that the body is at a little bit of an angle. You're going to take a moment to draw the lower abdominals into the spine, and we're going to begin to march the knees into the chest, one at a time. So our goal here is to really keep the pressure into the wall through the hands, as if we're trying to push that wall over. And we are then driving the knees into the middle of the chest, really using those lower abdominals to squeeze at the top of the movement. We'll go for 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. We're going to bring those feet a little bit narrower, coming up onto the toes and bringing the elbows down onto the wall. So the steeper the angle of the body, the more challenging this is going to be. So if you want to take those feet further away from the wall and the elbows slightly lower on the wall, feel free to do so. You want to keep the hips pushing forward towards the wall. Drive the forearms into the wall. We're holding this here for another 10. Heels are high, hips are forward, legs are activated. Arms are pushing into that wall. You've got 3, 2, 1, and coming away. Let the hands slide down, widen up the feet. Sit into a A-frame stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way up, we're going to face sideways to the wall. We're going to get nice and close and find our single leg squat. So my shoulders are just off the wall. I'm going to take a second to sit the bum back and find a narrow squat position. I'm going to get my inside leg into the wall. I'm driving the knees away from one another and trying to activate into this outside glute, okay? Using the wall for balance if need be, otherwise keeping those hands in front of you. We've got another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, stepping away from the wall. So now I've got one hand resting on the wall, soft elbow. The outside hand is on the hip, and I'm stepping back into a curtsy lunge and recover, okay? So staying on that outside leg mostly. That's where the most work is happening. Using the wall for support, keeping the hips facing forward. Let's go 4 more. 4, and up. 3, and up. 2, and up. Last one. 1, and up, and relax. Keeping the feet directly underneath the hips, I'm going to bend the knees and tuck that tailbone underneath. Really drawing up through the lower abdominals, I am pushing my side arm into this wall and extending the other hand out. From here, I'm going to rotate to push the wall and come out. So as I'm moving through these rotations, I'm focused on keeping the lower body as stable as possible and pressing the wall away through my right arm continuously the whole way through. Give yourself a big exhale as you twist and recover. Let's go 2 more. Push and recover. Last one. Push and recover. Keep the lower body where it is. Keep pressing into the wall, and we take that into a side reach and recover. I'm keeping the pressure into that wall as continuous as I'm keeping that pressure into the wall as consistent as possible. Let's go 2 more. 2. Last one. 1, and recover. Give everything a moment to relax. I'm now facing the wall, and we're going to take it into alternating reverse lunges. So hands are pushing into the wall. Soft knees, I'm stepping one foot directly back, knee to the floor, and recover. All right, keeping the spine nice and activated, nice and supported. And I'm dropping one knee back at a time, using the wall as much as I need to for balance and to help guide my upper body into the correct position. Let's go for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one, 1, and recover. Okay, from there, we're going to set up for a narrow press up against the wall. So I'm pushing those hands into the wall in line with the shoulders. Be careful not to go too high. You want to be in line with the shoulders, and the body is at a little bit of an angle. First thing I'm going to do is release the heels a little bit and activate through the legs and through the core. I'm then going to bend the elbows, dropping the chest and forehead towards the wall and pressing away. The goal here is to keep the elbows pointing down to the floor or tight towards the body, okay? They're not flaring out. If you feel like you can challenge yourself a little bit more, you're going to step your feet slightly further away from the wall, increasing the angle of the press and therefore working the arms a little bit more. Let's go 3 more. 3 and press. 2 and press. Last one. 1 and press. From there, dropping the heels down, maneuvering a little bit, and we're going straight back into those marches that we started with. This time, I want you to focus on twisting that knee to the opposite elbow. So we're getting a little bit more twist into the core. You want to keep your breath as even as possible. You're pushing that wall away from you. Let's go for 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let those hands come down. You're finding that A-frame position. Really just let your chest fall through your arms. Deep breaths for 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, facing the other side. Starting our side sequence on this side. So I'm nice and close to the wall, and I'm going to find my single leg wall sit. So sitting that bum back and down, okay? And I'm going to bring my inside leg against the wall, driving both my knees out away from one another. Keeping those hands in front of me or using the wall if I need support. And we're holding this position, trying to get into this area for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping up, stepping away from the wall, outside hand onto the hip. And I'm going for those curtsy lunges and recover. All the focus is on this outside leg as it controls us down and then brings us back up. Allowing the eye line to drop down and recover. Using the wall for support for the balance. Let's go for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. 1 and recover. Okay. Setting up for those rotations. So the knees are slightly bent. Tailbone is tucked. Lower abdominals are activated. Pressure into the wall. This arm is nicely outstretched. We rotate to touch the wall and recover. Adding that exhale as we push towards the wall. Keeping the lower body as still as possible. Keeping pressure into the wall the whole way through. Let's go 4 more. 4. Really squeezing into this twist. Last one. Keeping the lower body where it is and reaching, recover. You're keeping a bend in the knees. You're pressing into that wall all the time, okay? That pressure does not release. Think about those lower abdominals scooping inwards and upwards. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. 1 and relax. Fantastic. Coming back to face the wall. We're now going to go for a wider press position. So because the hands are wider, you're likely going to be able to bring your feet a little bit further back away from the wall. Although they are wide, they are still at shoulder height. So ensure that you set them up that way. Okay, you want to spread those fingers, bit of pressure through the hands, Lifting up onto the toes, squeezing the legs together, bringing the chest and forehead towards the wall and pressing away. You want to really maintain a lovely scoop through the lower abdominals and activation through both legs. Dropping that chest down, pressing away. Anything between 6 to 8 repetitions of this movement. Okay, being really careful as you lower towards the wall. You don't want to go head-butting that wall. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. Staying up here, bringing those hands together, coming back into that elbow push position. I'm still nice and high on my toes. I'm going to just take a second to draw those legs together, really scoop the lower abdominals and push the elbows into the wall for our final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming out of that, allowing the arms to drop, finding that A-frame stretch again, and just breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Rolling up, we're going to take those reverse lunges one more time. So now we have an option to end the lunge in a single leg stance, okay? If this does not feel like a good idea for you right now, then just repeat the lunges as you did the first time. Otherwise, you are adding, drawing the knee into the chest before you place it down. So we're just increasing the movement a little bit more. Let's go 4 more. 4, and up. 3, and up. 2, and up. Last one. 1, and up, and relax. Fantastic. Taking a second, turning with your back to the wall, we're going to end with a lovely wall sit, okay? You have the choice here with how deep you go into this wall sit. Remember that the higher you keep your hips, the more manageable it is going to be for the rest of the body. The lower you sink your hips down, the more challenge you will feel. So we've got those hands into the wall, tailbone against the wall, sinking down to the level of your choice, and then really positioning your back nice and straight, nice and comfy into the wall. From here, hands can either relax into the thighs or reach out in front of you if you want a little bit of challenge for the upper body. When you're here, I want you to think about your footprint. Drive your footprint down into the floor. Full foot feel into the floor. And then just breathing through it. Hopefully feeling a nice activation through those thighs. The spine is straight. We're pressed up against that wall. And we're holding it. We've got 30 seconds to get through. Okay, if at any point you need to come out, remember to use your hands and exit the wall sit as safely as possible. Thinking about those feet, pressing them down into the floor. Arms are out in front of you. Chest and face completely relaxed. Very good work. 20 seconds to go. Breathing into that, driving the feet into the floor. Coming up in our final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I want you to get your hands behind you, let the body come forward, and pressing up. Shaking out the legs, standing sideways to the wall, feet nice and wide. We're going to have one hand into the wall, press the hips away, and just come into a lovely lateral reach. Deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take that straight over to the other side. Feet are wide, hips out to the side, reaching over, pressing that wall away. 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, standing with the bum and back into the wall. Foot is slightly in front. I'm going to grab my one knee into the chest. Just take a couple seconds here for 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing it down. Repeating on the other side. For 3, 2, and 1. Releasing that down and coming away from the wall. Well done.